Hello. Back to 5. What is going to happen in this stream? Also, excuse my chewing. I was thinking maybe just maybe we would cover some more of that tournament. For example, Arch versus Swkoll. Covering my own series seems like a bit of a waste, considering you can just watch the series from my POV. So, haha, I see. Arch did some prep. I mean, not much, apparently, but some. Let's take a look at Swkoll, see if he has any of those test games, you know. Oh yeah, Tex and Swkoll did some prep together. Filthy. Disgusting. I mean, all you guys are noobs for prepping on the FAF servers. Like, come on. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I mean, that doesn't make any sense that the maps don't show up locally, but okay. Most things don't make sense. How do you play off the FAF servers? You can launch the executable without launching the client. If you go onto the wiki, you can set up the GitHub test environment, and this is what I do because I worked on balance, so I had that set up anyway. So you can launch stuff in, you know, with command line arguments and stuff, and but really you can just launch the exe, which is in, I'm not sure the exact address of that, or location, file path. What's up, Eskimo? What's up, Sleepy? You do hear some snacks. So. Sorry, I'm too hungry not to eat. Could never find the XC. Yeah, program data sounds right. Yeah, it's like program data, FA forever. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean. I just opened another replay by accident. Okay, it's fine. It didn't switch on the stream. I think it's in the bin folder of FA Forever as well. So Arch went third air, which seems pretty strange. Now here's the thing that I didn't realize about this map until maybe... Well, I didn't realize it when I was playing it. I didn't realize it after I watched a game on it the first time. Maybe the second time I watched a game on this, I realized. But it's not 20 by 20. Also, it's... I'm not even sure it's 15 by 15, is it? Maybe it's 17? I don't know, maybe it is 15. But yeah, as you can see, because there's... The map border starts here, or the world border is here. And the map starts here. It's not 20 by 20. Sadly. It's kind of annoying that I played the map without realizing that. Because it does change the distance quite significantly. I mean, maybe it doesn't seem like much to you guys, but if this is actually 20 by 20 and not 15 by 15, I mean, makes a big difference. This mountain is mostly fictional. It appears rather large here, but it's actually quite flat. So, lab across by Swkoll. Swkoll has... They both have Cybern, which means neither of them banned Cybern, which... I don't know, people think Cybern are bad now, but... I mean, this is like a perfect Cybern map, really. Also, hello, Falcon. Bomber, it just has a move order, but I mean, it feels like Swkoll is the one doing the damage early on. If he could just use his bomber, I mean, this is a great kill. He shouldn't stay there and attack the mexes though. He should instead move around. The transport was under fire, but did not go down, and Arch looks like he will lose all of these 3 engineers, but the factory will finish. And these 2 engineers will also finish their factory. So overall, the drop is not a disaster. Utterly. But yeah, this has been bad now here. I mean, wait, did this bomber... This bomber got 1 kill. I mean, this engineer is free kill. This engineer is an easy kill, so... Honestly, not a great start for either of them. I mean, a good start for Swkoll, I would say, but not great use of his bomber. Arch, I mean, did not defend against the bomber well at all, and just dropped NGs here and lost all of them. But he did get a couple of factories up, which is fine. But again, you don't want to be losing engineers like that. No defenses here on this side, and there's multiple mantis coming in. No defenses here either. Oh, Swkoll finally has a transport, but he has no power at all, and he's got 2 air factories. Needs to switch both those off, and just he needs a lot more power production coming. He's got, yeah, these engineers are absolutely tanking his economy. That radar, don't make a radar like that when you're, you know, stalling so heavily. Let's see how much. 720 power. Jesus. And then minus 20 for the rest of time. Arch is managing his economy better, but yeah, that's quite a nice raid he got off there. But again, should be splitting the Mantis up now because I mean they've done their job, and now the reaction's going to come in. Although that's not a good reaction for Swkoll. That's 4 versus 1 or 4 versus 2. So Swkoll tries to back out of the fight. Too late, loses the Mantis, and now the Mantis for Arch are splitting up. Again, an air scouts would be fantastic here. If you just use air scouts, you can find the targets that you are looking for. Arch is looking to expand everywhere. Strange that the AC walks past this expansion. I don't really see the value in that. Arch just really ought to be scaling. I mean, there's no real problem to just spam out of your base because it's 15 by 15. There's really no issue with spamming out of your base. You don't need forward production necessarily. I mean, you should have factories in your some expansions, but doesn't mean that you shouldn't build stuff in your main base. Also, now that eco balance has disappeared as he's trying to go tech 2 air. Though both players definitely struggling to just build enough power. I mean, Swkoll's eco looks nicer now. What's up, Swkoll? Where is he going with this transport, I wonder? Overall, there's just not enough units on the map. I mean, how do you have 30 Mantis on a map with infinite mass on minute 9? Now, you're probably going to go and watch my game and see that I did the same, but that doesn't mean that it's correct. That is a very low number of Mantis. 1700 mass in the bank. Arch should have T2 air by now, just forced it through. I mean, he has similar number of Mantis. People think Cybern is bad because Guile said so. No, I don't think so. You know, players have their own wrongness that they have created for themselves. I don't think they're overly influenced by Guile. T2 air coming at a casual pace for Swkoll. And overall, I mean, Swkoll's doing better in terms of map control, I would say. Still no clue why this is, like, why the ACU is here building all these bases and none of the engineers have walked here yet. It's a bit strange. Swkoll trying to secure the right hand side here. Just fucking fly on my monitor, get away. And yeah. Tech 2 P-Gen complete. That is quite a nice boost. Guile is the propaganda minister of the UAF. It's true. ACU to mid was very strong. Well, me and Tech sent our ACUs to where Arch is sending his. Over to the side. I mean, yeah, this doesn't make as much sense as going to the middle, I guess. But even so, the ACU is not super important on this map. But overall, Swkoll doing nicely. You can see his E-balance has been quite attractive, I must say. His mass balance, not so much. He's basically been floating close to 2k for most of the game. This is much less attractive. Big mass stall on this map. leading to power overflow, but there's gunships. Many of them. No APM to build mass extractors or the hydros. No intel, not a single radar. And maybe one air scout, which is idle in the base. So the intel is pretty appalling for Arch. Oh, he's got one scout here. Sorry, I take it back. So they're both headed this way. What have we got? We're up to 60 something Mantis. The gunships, where are they going? They don't know. Anti-air's coming up for Swkoll. Oh, he's just going for the snipe directly. And there's only 2 anti-airs, and he's building anti-airs now. Oh, he's got... Oh, sorry, there's more. There's more here. Swkoll should be fine then. There's literally no danger once you already have this many anti-airs of just a few gunships. Maybe if there's 15 gunships, there would be some danger, but this is just going to be, yeah. Goodbye, gunships. So huge waste of air there by Arch. That completely failed. Good preparation of defenses by Swkoll, but now he's really struggling for mass as he has finished 2 P-gens, is building a 3rd one. This guy is headed for Tech 3 air by the looks of it, honestly. Expansion here, maybe not. There's no Qs given, no hydrocarbon, although he's not going to need the hydro. Definitely losing. I mean, this expansion, I think Swkoll had some control over this. Not anymore. Mantis coming into the front base as well. I mean, slightly more radars, but not a whole lot more coverage, honestly. And this attack over here will be demolished by the gunships, who are relegated to cleaning up Rogue Mantis instead of sniping an ACU. These bombers feel like they've been bombing here for the best part of 5 minutes. And I think they have. That's 11 kills. As a 600 ladder player, was one mistake I should avoid in the first 5 minutes of the game. One mistake. Stalling power for, you know, some time. I mean, if you stall for a few seconds, whatever. Not expanding fast enough. Take your mexes. So Swkoll lacking both mid bases. That's 8 mexes there. He's not got the side. He's not got any of this side at all. He's now lost this side, which he basically barely had. And he's lost these mexes and these mexes. So I think Swkoll's wondering what went wrong. I think what went wrong was this. This, you know, 3600 mass plus mass into the Tech 2 shield plus mass into all of these. All of this stuff was a huge investment. Plus at the same time you're building anti-airs. And in the meantime, Arch was not wasting his time doing... well, actually he has made a lot of power as well. But I guess you really just... I don't know, I feel like that... You just have so few Mantis. Well, you didn't make the investment all at once. But also, yeah, I guess Swkoll, I don't think you ever took this. Maybe you used your units worse. But now Swkoll has gone tech 3 air. Tech 3 air. Well, you kind of have to just win with tech 3 air then, don't you? Like, a strap bomber has to kill everything. That's what it feels like. I mean, you can definitely hit a lot of stuff with a strap bomber. But overall, Arch is just controlling way more of the map. Swkoll's not doing a huge amount of that. I mean, this raid, this all dying is quite nice actually. Jesus, it's a massacre on this side. But Arch is dropping to take the mexes back more quickly. This is insanity. However, that's absolute insanity here. The Arch should die. Literally no intel, literally no units, 1 PD to defend him. That's completely suicidal. Still only 80 Mantis and 35 Mantis on the other side. I mean, pathetically low numbers of units here, I will say. You guys have been throwing away all of your units. And yet, Arch still has all of his mexes. And now Arch is like, oh shit, yeah, I'm pretty far forward with no intel and no backup, so I guess I'll leave. Gunships, a lot of gunships around. Strap bomber. Good. Now, in this scenario, yeah, actually, Arch has texture as well. Almost got the P-gen up, so I guess you could just strap bomb the ACU. You honestly could just kill the ACU, I think. I don't really think you could stop that from happening, especially if you hover bomb once or twice. He sees him. He refuses to go for him. Instead, he's going to click on the 1 Tech 2 Max. So hopefully you can get the Tech 2 Max and then drop on this. That's a Tech 3 gunship. That is so greedy to go for a Tech 3 gunship as you're making Tech 3 P-gen. Now you've got a micro here. Is that good enough? I would definitely have gone for the P-gens. Like, I would have bombed. I would have tried to kill this Tech 3 P-gen, I think. Okay, you kill some factories at least. But there's got to be an ASF coming up here behind you. Your air is not doing anything to help, and the strat's gonna die, and it's not gonna have really done enough at all. Meanwhile, this expansion is dead. The game's over now because you have 17 Mantis and no map control in comparison to your opponent. I think the only hope there was to strap bomb here and like hover bomb it twice and then bomb like all the pigeons. Then it's like it's actually still bad for you, honestly, because the Mantis. However, hope. Some hope. Also, you could have hover bombed his ACU maybe. And also defending the strap bomber with some ASF would have been good. But right now, it's GG. Not enough Mantis spamming. Tech 3 air switch. I don't know. I don't think you can get under at unupgraded Tech 2 Cyber Shield. I don't think so. That's a dead gunship, and that's lost air. Had more inties, so I don't know if he could have hovered. Well, maybe. Fact is, killing some Tech 2 mechs is not going to win the game. So, means it's basically 0 point in doing it. So the game will carry on for far too long. As Swkoll makes a Tech 3 mechs and Tech 3 land. Oh man, Tech 2 mechs at the front gonna die to madness now. Second P-Gen is up for Arch, which means he should be able to win air control. Also, I mean, this is terrible adjacency with the power. Lawyers are here, but there will be no map control left. Total mass is not almost equal. Maybe it was when you said it, but by the time the strat died, you were already ahead on mass. Drop defense. Yeah, maybe it's, I mean, you know, laser maybe. Or T3 drop, yeah. But like laser drop would also be scary. But also, I mean, if you're afraid of a drop, you should make Tech 2 PDs, not Tech 1, really. But whatever, it didn't matter. An ACU drop couldn't really win the game unless he had laser and got in range of you. So Arch takes game 1 in a best of 7. G. Infamous Noir laser drop. Hey, you had some ASF. Also, you have Cybern. So you have stealth drop. Laser drop is done with a deceiver. Always. Fun fact, I once did a laser com drop on Petrick, no less, in the FFA tourney. One of my finest moments. Well, I wouldn't tell you about one that didn't work. That would hardly be interesting. So, this is a map I did not play in my best of 7 with Tex. But it was played in Turbo Antagonist series as maybe the first map. Actually, I didn't see that game either. But you can see what it's about. Oh my god, I didn't realize there's so much reclaim though. Okay, 34,000. Small 34k. The map look like the Zerg is coming. Yes, yes. Good day, dog. So, this map, not a 1v1 map at all, obviously. Too much mass. It is actually 20 by 20 though. So Bandrew also played Yudi versus Pepsi, okay. We were nearly the only ones that didn't play it. Do you go second there? Trick question. I mean, obviously you go what the hell, dude? Why are you going second land on these maps? Stop it. I mean, second land on the previous map is fine, actually. As long as you realize it's 15 by 15. Well, Actually, maybe even if it isn't 15 by 15, but this one. Also 2 transports queued up. Like, why are you going for 2 transports? Why are you building power incredibly intensively as you try to make a transport? Well, this whole build is a disaster. Also, faction-wise, Swkoll has the Seraphim and Arch has Cybern. Probably, definitely the 2 best factions here. Swkoll. Reclaiming too much, I guess. Yeah. Don't reclaim that, my friend. And it's gone. Yeah, so 34k reclaim is quite a lot, especially when it's in very specific chunks of mass. It's just way faster to grab mass when it's in a smaller number of entities. You don't like the colors? I don't really mind the colors too. Well, I guess. Not really. Okay, so 1 transport finished. On the way, second, actually both transports finished. There goes 4 NGs. To be honest, what Arch did could potentially work. But he kind of messed it up. But I think what he did, like making 2 land factories and then going for 2 transports, has some potential. Jesus, no, please react. Oh my god. That is fucking geriatric, dude. What are you looking at? You looking at you giving this order? These queues here? Literally no reaction. The transport dies full of engineers. Swkoll making another transport. These are really aggressive drops. Like, why go the whole way across the map, skip over 5 different bases just to build over there? As Cybern? Doesn't really make much sense to me. And in terms of frigates, it's very hit and miss how many, like this island is very killable. This is the best. I mean, this one, there's 2 mexes can be killed by frigates. This is the best island, you say. And why'd you drop here first? That's an air factory. Not really going to help defending this location, honestly. Also, no drop on the destroyer wreck. Swkoll with Seraphim kind of makes a lot more sense for him to drop forward because he can just immediately spam Zooies and be super annoying that way. As Cybern, what are you going to do? You just get the island. You don't actually have any tools available to you to attack from the land. You can just make bombers, which, I mean, really, you don't need to proxy air factories for bombers, honestly. And what, 1 naval factory so far. So Arch not at all ready for the Zooies. And I mean, here there's no defenses at all. The bombers will have to just stay here forever and defend. We need frigates to come out and help. Swkoll. I mean, this PD alone will just take the island back. It should finish. Well, they're actually in a dead heat here. The bomber, yeah, Swkoll balancing his eco so he can actually build stuff like this. Arch stalling power, so the bomber should actually finish. But it's not going to be able to, I mean, all of this is going to die though. So the NGs may also die. We'll see. But certainly Arch is taken off this island. As you can see here, 3 land factories. Why? The bomber says sayonara and fucks off. Holy shit. Interesting. Why build 3 land factories on that island? Bizarre. Bizarre to do that. Arch sends his ACU to deal with this annoyance. Proxy air factory again, making inties. Interesting. A lot of engineers arrive for Swkoll to build this, and he may get it finished. He does. Arch needs to be careful here. He could lose a lot of HP. Oh, yeah, he is losing a lot of HP. And he... Swkoll with a big power issue that needs to be resolved. And still a lot of stuff to be taken. Okay, a bomber does actually take out the NGs, but the factory's up, so it's not a big deal. No Zui sent after this factory, after this base is kind of strange. How many mechs does he have right now? 34, and I mean, we're not even really nearly covered the map yet. 31 for Arch, not too far behind. Transport gonna go down here. Bombers doing damage. Actually, they have a lot of kills on them. A lot of damage on them. They're both vetted. Jester, Tech 2 air up already. No Tech 2 P-Gen, and maybe not a need for it right at this exact moment. Once more, the map is taken. Like, there's so much map to be taken here. No frigates on the enemy side at all at the moment. But Arch with slightly more mass in total. What happened here? That strange object is an Aeon Destroyer. Yummy mass. Somebody is aiming for... You know what? He's not. It's just a random attack move. I thought he was actually going to go and get it, but no. Never mind. So, Swkoll seems to have no frigates. I take it back. He has 1 frigate, which is not very many. And 3 naval factories. Arch. Both of them struggling. 1 for mass, the other power. Not very much of the reclaim taken at all. There's still every wreck on this whole island is still there basically. Wagner's going up here. It's pretty dangerous. 9 frigates and 3 submarines for some reason. Don't know why you make submarines here. Jester's just getting wasted, honestly. Arch has to pay an inordinate amount of attention to his commander here. And still has nothing against the PD. Oh, he's going to overcharge it. He's still going to lose HP doing that. Oh. And now he just overcharged a freaking... He just overcharged the Zui. And then starts building a factory instead of just killing the rest of this stuff first. No mass at all. What a mess. This map looks awful to play 1v1. I agree. It is awful to play 1v1. I'm sure just by watching it, just by seeing the map. Interesting arrangement of P-gens here. What's up, Zachary? What's up, David? So Swkoll leading the way in total mass. He has got many P-gens. Look at what is with these players, and they just spam Tech 2 P-gens like it's the Rosa. Whoa, okay. All of his naval production is now here, which is a very interesting place to put it. And it has also been scouted. That's a Zooey drop, which has been spotted. No frigates here whatsoever. So, I mean, Arch really could be doing a lot of stuff with frigates, but he isn't really. You queued up flak. I don't know where you queued up flak. Oh, here. And that drop never landed. It was spotted so long ago, and Swkoll just didn't care. Decided to just keep flying when he could have just like killed this whole island with the Zooies, potentially. Although there were frigates in the area. Oh, how many engineers were lost here? At least 8, it seems like. Quite nasty. It's a lot of dead engineers. Pretty good rating there. All the production here is dead. And a crazy amount of submarines from Arch. Makes no sense to me. But he is cleaning. I mean, this could turn out to be a mistake here. We'll see. But overall, I mean, it feels like Arch is cleaning up the mess here. But like his expansion here is terrible still. He doesn't. I don't think he has even half the mexes on the bottom side of the map. He has one island on the top side, plus an odd mex here. Again, why do you make a factory there? That's insanity. You never make a... If you can avoid it, you don't make land factories where they can be killed by frigates. I mean, this is insane. What a waste. Literally the most useless factory I've ever seen. Still, like, easily over 1,000 mass index on this island, and still hang on, there's 29k on the map. Now we started with 34. There's 29k. Some of that is from Rex, some of it's from frigate Rex, some of it is from that dead T2 mechs there, but a lot of it is just from shit that just hasn't been reclaimed yet. Finally Arch grabs a destroyer for himself. The other side, no interest from anyone still. That's a Tech 2 transport. I'm not sure what it's for. Maybe Arch wants to go home. Oh, he's captured the Seraphim air factory, which is kind of cool. Now he can make Zooies. Alright, see you, Swkoll. Zooies are now available for Arch, which is nice, but he is quite far behind on mass. Can he kill this naval production? Oh, Tech 2 Navy. That's what we were looking for. I mean, that's kind of cool. However, he really needs more engineers here, and oh god, he needs torp defense. He needs torp defense so bad. I think he's going to lose all of that potentially. I mean, he needs to get his air over there. The Wagners are doing some damage. That's a lot of Zooies. Did he kill that factory? No. No. What a mess. This is very bad, however. Torp defense going up. I mean, you should always have torp defense really for your proxy anyway, and anti-air. Okay, torp defense is up, which means say goodbye to all these crappy submarines. They will die extremely quickly. It's a Borb. Oh, he's dragging away the subs. Okay, the cruiser is out, and now destroyer. Cruiser is doomed. Utterly. What a mess. 12k mass. Add for Swkoll. T3 air for him as well. He does like T3 air, doesn't he? Which ones were you watching? I think this HQ is doomed. Oh, he's hitting the destroyer from this angle, actually. So the destroyer tanking some shots. You're probably looking at ones from like 2016 or something, I guess. I think by 2018, I mostly had the hang of it, sort of. To whatever degree I have the hang of it now. So it still lives, and that was a lot of torps that just went down. Now the cruiser obviously is dead, but the HQ is still alive. Now what we need are well, desperately need the engineers here. I mean, it's very exposed, but maybe it'll just create a point that Arch will continually try to kill, and if he doesn't kill it soon, then he may just waste a lot of attacks into it. And of course we have some severe problems being coming in here. That's a static flak that will defend against this drop. It's also not a full transport of Zoomies, almost. Yeah, both of them doing this PD and flak thing. Rip to the Zoomies. Nothing is unloaded because it's all dead. But yeah, Swkoll has Tech 3 Air, so strap bomber. Also, a huge amount of reclaim here, by the way. Still no one's taking this. Some nice mass left there by the Wagners. Staying in range of the PD. Strap bomber under construction. And actually Tech 3 mechs as well. He's already got one. Nice. This looks like a very solid game at the moment. First walk, it looks like he's in prime position. I mean, at this point, you really should be methodical about... You have to be very methodical about a game like this. So, for Arch, he needs to realize, obviously, that there's Tech 3 Air, and he needs to react to that. He needs to, but in terms of being methodical, he's got to work on getting the reclaim, and he's got to just clean this. This has to be removed. Get rid of it. It's very exposed. Very easily killed. Get rid of it. For Swkoll, he's got his strap armor up. I would just remove this from the game. Get rid of it. Like, take this out, clean up the mess, and just take this half of the map. I mean, for God's sake, how... you have to get rid of this mess. And then just take the islands back. Look at the lack of map control that Swkoll has. Now he does have 2 Tech 3 mexes in a couple of seconds. Oh, what a waste. He wasted the ASF into the inties. Fuck me. Well, that's appalling. Now, the HQ is doomed. It will die in 2 bombs to a Seraphim Strat Bomber. But Arch just has way more map control. He is now reacting and getting Tech 3 air. He's spamming Jesters for some reason, which makes no sense. When you have Tech 2, he is cleaning up the tumor on the left. There goes his HQ. But Swkoll will need lower tech tools to clean everything. If he had made Tech 2 land, that would have been nice at some point. It would have been very nice, in fact. Tech 2 land would have been good. There goes all those NGs to random Tech 1 stuff. I mean, but as we speak, like, Swkoll's losing his nearest expansion to random crap. This should not ever happen. Trap armor comes in. I'm not sure what he bombed there. Did he bomb this? Did he just bomb a Tech 2? Oh, that's a Sam. He has to get away now. Oh. Oh, he's just barely survived that. Every intie on the map is chasing him. As he's cleaning up, I think, yeah, he's cleaning up torps. Oh no. Oh, if Arch had built some anti-air here, the strat would be dead already. Oh my god, he's gonna waste the ASF again. No, stop doing that. Jesus. No, he got away and then he didn't. Never mind. Well, the strat escaped. That's the most important thing. However, I mean, the lack of map control is appalling for Swkoll. He's just making T3 mexes, but losing every bit of map control. This is absolutely not going to work out. Freaking gesture spam is nonsensical. And yet it works. And Tech 3 air, not very scary when map control is this much in favor of the opposite player. Swkoll will fall behind in mass shortly. He has to replace all of his naval production as well, which obviously is expensive. He lost his HQ. This is all reclaim available for Arch if he ever decides to take it. And I mean, yeah, what can you say? There's just no map control at all for Swkoll. And he won't have his only advantage very soon because Arch is making his own ASF. And he has a huge amount of mass now. And there you go, he's passed out Swkoll already. So Arch... Well, this is a slight bit of deja vu to the previous game, honestly. Swkoll's just struggling to commit to fighting for map control. Like, he's just not... He doesn't seem to give a shit about map control on maps where there are mexes every 2 feet. I mean, there's mexes everywhere. And he seems to just not be that interested in fighting for them. He wishes he could just make Tech 3 mexes, and unfortunately his wishes do not come true. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Space Monkey? Rowan. He really wishes he could make Tech 3 mexes. If he would simply take half the map before he did that, it would win the game for him, but he didn't do that. Or even almost half the map. So 2-0 to Arch, the man willing to play the maps. Now I will say that this map pool overall heavily favored Arch, just in terms of the style of these guys. Now this map should be more even. So Arch is UEF and Swkoll is Seraphim. Okay. Stickleback. 5 by 5 kilometers, smallest map we've seen. See Arch. Three P-gens. But why? Let's see. Arch's builds have been suspect. So let's see how suspect this one is. Doesn't look quite so suspect. Arch prefers maps to make you want to pull your hair out. Yes. Definitely. Swkoll is more refined tastes. No, I mean it's just Swkoll plays with freaking no hotkeys. Arch does prefer maps where it's a struggle against the map just to play it. Okay, second land, third land, fourth there for Swkoll. He's got a lot of mass in storage here. 2 kills for this mech marine. That is 2 Selines have been taken out. Not bad. And he's coming over here. He's going to get the kill here. Potentially. He's got to run. If he doesn't run away, he's not going to live. Yeah, run away. Hide behind the mechs as well if possible. No, don't turn. Don't turn back into range. You could still... No, he survives. Okay. Just about. One shot from almost anything in that engineer will go down. I would not invest clicks like that into an engineer with 6 HP, but okay. And here we have some difficulties because the Tham has taken a shot maybe from Celine, and Striker should get the kill here in the NG. They both just stare at each other. Engineer under attack. Dodges 1 shot, 2 shots, and goes down. So the Striker will die. Exact same rate happens on the other side. We have 3 land factories, air factory going to be built once this engineer gets out of the way. That's always annoying to watch. 4, there's already an air factory, however, for Arch, and he's come for an inti. Strange to go for an inti. Also Arch with more mass. He's got mass in the bank as well, which is important. Oh, he's missed an NG there as Swkoll. And sending a lot of units to this side here when he does not have this part secured seems strange to me. Also leaving the base with the ACU before this factory is finished. And has 600 mass in the bank, so... slightly questionable. We have one Zui mixed in now. Tank raiding. Overall this fight is a 4 versus 3. So Swkoll should fight it. This map is pain. Why? Why though? Are all maps pain or what? I guess that is true. Time goes down to a bomber. OP UEF bomber. Oh, there goes an NG. He built a radar. Why are you building a radar there before you build a PD? I don't get that, honestly. I don't quite understand it. This raid will be dealt with, but he could, with 2 tanks here, can definitely kill the NG. No reaction from the NG. The NG just stands there, takes it. And both ACUs just stand next to each other and shoot. Point blank. Archer overall with more mass. He's also got 2 bombers on the go. He's just building a lot of bombers. He's added another land factory. He's got 7 land factories. Whoa, only 4 land factories for Swkoll. That is slightly unnerving. And now he's Swkoll in danger of getting run down in the center of the map. However, Arch has allowed him to get out of range before sending the tanks in, which is not good. You really don't want your tanks in range of the enemy ACU most of the time. In this scenario, it would be fine if his own ACU was in range of the ACU as well, so you get that extra 100 DPS. If you're trying to run him down but he's out of range and you're sending your tanks in, then you're kind of just losing tanks and it's a bit wasteful. Swkoll really needs to add those extra factories, like, and he really needs to avoid getting killed here. Oh my god, this is not avoidance. That is running into the belly of the beast. Arch, however, has not been sending his reinforcements here. He sent them to this location, and so he finds himself without support. And the Zui adding actually an absurd amount of DPS alone. Still no PDs. Build a PD here, guys. If you ever played this map, build a PD in that expansion. Thank me later for the elite tips. No energy storage either, but probably Swkoll couldn't use it because, well, both of them are building air, so it's going to be difficult to have energy and storage, especially since they can't secure that expansion that has a hydrocarbon in it. Overall, quite an even game, but quite a lot of resources dropped here. Look at all those wreckages. Now, if only Arch could take it. He seems to lack engineers, honestly. Like, there is a lot of mass on this map. Anyway, we also have quite a few wreckages building here, and still a patch of rocks that need to be taken. Swkoll being very aggressive for a guy with such little health. 3,000, 2,800. He desperately wishes he could get a veterancy, and I think he will be able to get it rather soon. And boy does he need it, because Arch has quite a lot more HP at this point, maybe 2,500 more. Those extra factories have gone up. The question is now, has he added too many? Well, with Reclaim, I would say no. But at this point, you definitely need an energy storage. I mean, the extra DPS you get, especially against an enemy commander with overcharges, and can easily be the difference between winning and drawing, or drawing and losing. No defense on the left hand side. means that these mexes should be taken out. You just send one tank here, one tank here. Probably no more tanks here because there's defenses there now, or rather, there's units there. Swkoll actually getting quite a few kills on the retreat there, honestly. And Swkoll does get his veterancy. And now he could actually go for the gun. He has built the energy storage. At this point, make the gun. Make the gun and grab these engineers and get them to assist. Pause this stuff. Maybe not that land factory, but pause there. Yeah, overcharging commander doesn't seem that fantastic right now. There's not enough units at all. Somehow he's grabbing the corner though. No radars around. I guess they would just get bombed instantly. A lot of wreckages here in the center. How many energy storages should be built for overcharging? In on a 5x5, 1. Maybe 2, but base 1 really. If it's later in the game and the map is, you know, if it's a bigger map, there's Tech 2 units out there, you're gonna need extra storages. 1 is not gonna be enough. If you want to overcharge Tech 3 units, you should make like 5 storages, honestly. If you want to overcharge Tech 2 units, Tech 2 armies, you should make 3 in my opinion. Or even a little bit more. Okay. Arch getting frisky. This is, well, feels like Arch is still just maintaining his control here. And overall you can see like what the difference there was, that Arch gets his units out of range before Swkoll gets his units out of range. So overall that's better for Arch. And he already has more units. Now the problem is that he has no artillery whatsoever. It makes really no sense to me that he has no artillery. He's also being very... Wow, okay, that's bad from Arch though. That was not a good move. He is going to pay for that one, but... Yeah, questionable micro here. Oh, Arch, what are you doing? Even more questionable micro here. This could be a draw easily. Although Arch is actually close to a second veterancy, which he really wants, but like his units are all over the place, and now he's sending them away from his commander completely, which is crazy. What is this micro? He's gonna get the vet. He's 1 mass away. There, he gets it. 6,900. Swkoll gets his overcharge though as well, but eats so many bombers. Jesus, didn't even try and dodge those. And now he's run out of units. Arch is walking him down with the ACU. I think Arch might get the win. Maybe not. Arch is backing up. I know it costs mass, but I've one NG build storage forever. That's not good. No, that's not advisable. Swkoll's adding a lot of factories here. He's making Tech 2. Okay, well definitely don't add all these factories then. Problem with adding all these factories is that they cost mass. Number 1. 2, they're going to drain mass. 3, He's making tech 2, so what's he going to do with that? He's going to have to build stuff. So he needs to leave mass for his ACU to actually spend. Adding these factories is a mistake. In my opinion, he's not going to have mass by the time he gets tech 2. In the meantime, Arch is taking control of a reclaim field. If we look at the reclaim, wow, Swkoll is over 7k, holy crap. Arch now retreating, probably to make his own gun because he hasn't seen the ACU in a while. If you don't see the ACU for a while, on a 5x5, you can assume that there is a gun upgrade on the way. Usually. Tech 2 seems an unusual choice. Does give him health back though, gives him some more regen, so it's not like it's bad, but gun is the superior choice. And now, as we can see, minus 40 mass. Who predicted this? That would be me. And now he's just got his regular 100 DPS, just with some extra health. So imagine he had the gun and could outrange the enemy commander. Might be a lot scarier, even with less HP. But still doesn't look good for Arch somehow. This raid killed the PD and nothing else. It's a bully with some Adam. Arch with a lot less HP there. And Swkoll now going to try and get a Tech 2 PD up. Here's the trick, guys. Select all your land factories and pause them. Or even select your entire base. Why are there all these inties in the base, by the way? Select everything, pause it, build a PD. PD is built, unpause everything. Somehow Swkoll is taking these mexes and keeping these dead, and now going to take them as well. Tech 2 PD goes up. Arch has got to be thinking that he is in serious trouble now, as simply more PDs can be built. Tech 1 PDs could go up. Those would be very valuable for Swkoll. He needs to micro away here. Although Arch is just going to be focused by the Tech 2 PD, so there's a very limited amount of time that he has to live here. Because he's not getting back out of range of this thing, that's for sure. He can try and hide behind the mountain. That's what he's going to try and do. He's so low in health though. If a couple of Zui shells hit him, it could be deadly. Swkoll retargets, but look at this. Look at this reclaim field that's being generated directly in range of this PD. And if Arch comes back up this way, he is doomed to the PD. Okay, he doesn't. Turns around. He's also, I don't think, close to it. Oh, he got hit by something. Oh no, he controlled Cade. Never mind. I thought he might have got hit by a shell over the cliff, but no, he just controlled Cade. And rightly so. I mean, Tech 2 worked in the end. However, if he had made Tech 2 and Arch had made Gun at the same time, I do not think T2 would have worked. But any upgrade, either upgrade of those is better than no upgrade. That's for sure. Nicely played, Swkoll. He wins one. And he has been ahead in all three of these games, by the way, in terms of mass. This one, he felt like he was actually behind and came back. So it feels like every game nearly has been a comeback so far, which is quite ridiculous. So 2-1 to Arch. Now we have quite a map here. Thermal Springs. He's been here for years. Well, he did leave for quite a while. Funnily enough. Actually, Swkoll and Tex were around a long time ago, and both disappeared for a while. I think Swkoll disappeared for longer. So, thermal springs. Okay. Yeah, straight over my head. Thermal springs, much mass, some water in the middle, some civilians, quite a lot of civilians actually. Reclaim amounting to 20k plus the civilians, which is actually decent bit. Like, we got what mass storages, Tech 2 radar, Tech 2 PGen storage, hydro. In the middle, a lot of civ buildings, including, there's also mexes in the middle, 6 mexes in the middle. Alright, second air, third land. Arch already with freaking 3 land factories finished. He's gone 4th air. I love how he goes 3 land factories first and still gets labbed. He got 2 NG kills as well. My god. That's insane. And now a bomber comes in, gets another kill. And that bomb misses. Civilians, there's no restrictions on the civilians. You can do whatever you want to them. Eskimo Joe, I agree that mid is way too important on this map. Absolutely. In general, having one small island in the middle of the map with a huge amount of mass is like civilian mass plus 6 mexes. That's just not very good gameplay design. Swkoll with a much better start. 9k mass here. He's also in middle. He's got a couple of factories in middle. Even before he got to middle, he had more mass. So he's just got a better start. Completely. A lot of engineers in this area. Factory here will help him secure this. And yeah, Swkoll doing well here. Adding more air production here with the engineers. Not adding more land factories, which is a bit unusual. The land factories are being built over here, okay. ACU's on the left. Arch's commander. Oh, he's all the way over here. Edge built up here. Okay. Swkoll finds himself in the middle of some units, or should I say surrounded by free veterancy. It is a fine line sometimes between free veterancy and death, or very costly veterancy, but it's all about your judgment. Swkoll now struggling for power. It seems to be common theme for him. Common theme for FAF players in general, let's say. Civs are edible. Yes. Mmm. Yummy. Edible civs. That drop is denied. No progress on the civs over here. No progress on the civs over here. This PD has 5 kills. Ow. Arch is forward. Getting tech 2. Swkoll only now. God. Choking on my snacks. Okay, he's got most of the mexes now. Swkoll way ahead. 38k to 28k. Yeah, the amount of mass is obscene. I mean, there's the civ buildings. All the civ buildings, 6 mexes. Some of the civ buildings are not just regular ones. They're 2 T2P gens, which is, you know, 1,000 mass. Just over 1,000 mass for the wreckage there. And he has Tech 2 Navy in the middle. And he's in range of this HQ. And I don't think this... Well, he's repairing it now. That's the only thing that really could save it. If he didn't repair it, this would die. Needs to make another TMD immediately. Oh, he might be losing this. He might not though. Oh. No, don't reclaim it. Just build a shield and build more TMD. Wow. Arch taking this reclaim, that's quite nice. He probably is, he was taking some of this as well. And definitely time for some Tech 2 land. It's only coming now for Swkoll. Oh, TML flying towards the Naval HQ, but the cruisers should just come over and block this. Cruisers have TMD, all cruisers do. And yeah, so this was saved. But now the cruisers turn their attention to the right hand side. Building 2 shield boats, also not great. I would definitely be making a destroyer. Oh, he's losing. He's losing the HQ. Now you see, frigate could definitely kill those artillery. Look at the damage on the Medusa, dude. They're all going to be fully vetted in a minute. Yep. He just lost his HQ to 3 Medusa. That's the thing that happened, despite him having a frigate. Submarine is obviously a very useful thing to have. Kappa. And, yeah, make destroyers, my friends. Make destroyers. Not just cruisers and shield boats. Destroyer can do nearly... It can almost do more than a cruiser on this map. Far superior. In many scenarios. Gunships on the prowl, but this game is out of reach. 86k mass to 59. That's far from close. For a second I thought he was going Tech 3 there. I was gonna scream. First time you heard me say Kappa. Well, now you heard me say it again. Rip that Tech 2P gen. Now you see, if he had 1 destroyer, this ACU could never stand around here. Never. Couldn't have stayed here for all this time. Now it looks like he will die anyway. To this land army even reclaims a pillar for some reason. But he goes down. And that is simply understanding the map. Just way too much mass in middle. So well played. Swkoll, Hardlook Arch. Kappa is hate speech. As in, people hate when I say it. Apparently. Okay, this map I've never seen. It is called Bleak. It has 5,500 mass. Let's see what the terrain is like. It looks quite flat. Not completely, but quite flat. A bit of water there. Bit of water here. And it's 5x5, and ACUs are basically going to be fighting around this pond. This looks like there's some cliffs here. I'm wondering how nasty the pathfinding could get around here. No, I haven't. I mean, I would never play this game in 4K. Just couldn't do that to myself. And no real plans to. If I bought a 4K monitor, I would have to get a new graphics card, which I'm not gonna do. So, Mike, the score is 2-2. 2-2. So it's very cautious Celine here in the middle. Swkoll's going Navy again. Well, Swkoll has Aeon, which is good. And we have a lot of the mass on the top side, by the way. But the ACUs, I don't think will be going there. Quite a few rocks to click on. Feel like an early engineer to this mid reclaim would be really nice. 2 flares on the top. Might be overkill. There's literally no defenses there whatsoever. So many engineers from Arch. Like, how does Arch think he gets away with 5 engineers before he makes a tank on this 5x5? That's really insanely greedy, honestly. And now he's gonna lose this tank to 2 flares. He's not even killing 1 flare there, so bad micro on the Tham. Have to use the range. Does ACU need to move from base on this map? It's 5x5, my friend. This means absolutely, unequivocally yes. Not only does he need to move from base, but if possible, he needs to move into the enemy base. Yeah, 2 flares. Yeah, exactly. They only cost more than 50% more than a tank. Busted. Arch has planned an air factory. He's got 4 land factories up already. Swkoll does not have his 4th land factory up. But he does have much better expansion and more units. He managed to miss this NG actually, although he did run down here and kill a mechs. And the Thams will clean up this mess here. Goodbye to the flares. And now you can move to the left and potentially get some damage done. Arch is going to dip into the water, but guess what? The water... You can't really hide there at all. Swkoll running a bit too close. Needs to keep at range here with the Aurora, keep them alive. And already Swkoll just has so much more HP, and Arch is in severe trouble. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Wrong faction, wrong ACU position, wrong tank position. Still, with not sending his tanks to his ACU yet, he should die. Should definitely die. I don't think there's any way that Swkoll should allow him to escape here. Once the AC is this low, you take him out. You don't hang around. Oh, the bomber! He just bombed himself as well. Could you believe that? He could have bombed all of these tanks at once, but no, he bombed himself instead. And Arch will go down. Easy game for Swkoll there. Easy game, easy life. Can you build shipyard in the middle of water? No. You cannot. You can't build on water that shallow. Also, it's probably too small even if it wasn't that shallow. So 3-2. So Arch started with 2 wins, and now we've seen 3 wins in a row for Swkoll. Notably on the smaller maps, 2 5x5s and 1 10x10. And now we return to, well, now we have our third 5x5 in 4 maps. This one quite a bit different to the other 2 that we've seen. Swkoll making a very early Zooey. Arch starts with a pigeon and then a land factory. Third Celine. Third and fourth Celine, in fact. Yeah, he could have escaped if he had ran sooner, and if he had sent his reinforcements sooner. Arch spotted a Zooey and didn't react. No, he has a tank. Zooey gets taken out. So complete waste of time there. And Arch with a bomber. I mean, not the fastest bomber of all time, but a bomber. And it looks like he might be able to find rather a few kills. 5, 6, 7. This one just walked into the blast, and Swkoll control case immediately. It's amazing how often people simply just lose everything to that bomber. At some point, maybe people will figure out that you should have some map presence so that you can see these things coming. But for now, people will simply roll the dice, although at this point there's no dice to be rolled. People will continue making these bombers if they continue getting insane value. And that means it's 3 apiece. I mean, for context, that bomber is not fast at all. That bomber came out maybe 3.5 minutes, perhaps slightly earlier. And if you're doing a transport rush on a regular 20 by 20 map, you should have the transport by 3 minutes or before, slightly. So, like, a bomber is obviously a lot cheaper and builds faster. How do you defend with Tech 1 against these bombers? Well, if you have some units, then you can see the bomber coming and you just dodge. And then you don't lose 5 engineers to a single bomb. You might lose 2. And then if you just build a static anti-air and you dodge and you use your own bombers as well. But if you just group up all your NGs and then just pray that a bomber isn't going to come and bomb them, then that's not really a good strategy. Too flak. Well, no. How to dodge like 1 second before the bomber drops bomb. Just move your NGs. Alright. Stellar Lagoon, which is also actually, it says 10 by 10, but it's not 10 by 10, it's 7.5 by 7.5. 12 NGs in one place, let's start with that. No, don't start with that, because you kind of want your engineers in one location, because it's the start of the game, so you don't want to... I mean, you could have 2 groups of NGs instead of 1 at that point. Nice Celine, cloaks itself, keeps itself alive. But it's more about dodging. And you just need a static anti-air and dodge, and then there you go. You see it coming. You split the NGs. Bomber dies. And you go back to building shit. Meantime, you're bombing your enemy as well. Flares. Oh, he lost a flare, sadly. That Celine will also go down. And that should be another tank there. So the engineer should be safe. Firing some good micro. Uh-oh. The tank is derelict in its duties. And is leaving to kill a land scout. Meanwhile, the flare also has gone the wrong direction and allowed this engineer to live. I hope this is never on ladder. And there's a very simple reason. The reason is in middle. This water. Well, we'll show you in a minute. So we got what, 5 land factories there and an air factory back here. 3 land factories and an air factory. That's quite a big difference. Can Arch afford what he's built? He can't. Seems to do better with the base building in the opening. Yeah, Swkoll just floating mass. This is not a lake, this is a paddling pool. It's all ankle deep. Also, any map that's small and has water on it should be regarded with the utmost suspicion. Because T1 hover becomes very broken. Why aren't they reclaiming the neutral navy flag? Another fun fact about this map, you cannot reclaim the civilians. Not really a fan of that either. So we're up to 7 land factories now for Swkoll. And it's Aeon versus Seraphim, so we're going to need to see a lot more Zooies from Arch. All for war crimes. Hey. You can't prove anything. You can't prove anything. Bombing enemy rocks. I gotta agree with you there. Bombing enemy rocks is quality. What's up, Fortet? Look at the mid. He's just pouring his Aurora across into the middle pond. Arch does not have a radar for some reason. He doesn't seem to like radars. He does have air control though. But oh, he catches a glimpse of the Aurora here, and he might just start retreating. No, he's gonna move towards the Aurora. Ah, yeah. Okay, so good scouting with this Inti actually. But he doesn't allow Swkoll into range of him. Or does he? He does. And there's still loads of Aurora here. Like, most of the reinforcements. Swkoll may be keeping them a bit too far back. Needs to get them over. He's coming in for the kill now, but has to back away. Doesn't have the intel for this group. No scouts. Should you probably use this scout. Also, yeah, on this map with Aurora, you can just, or with Aeon, you can just hide a scout over here. It's kind of nice. Very aggressive from Swkoll here. Decent micro with the Aurora as well, but he's losing map control on here. Losing some mexes. Could definitely take this out. And now there's bombers, and I don't see any anti-air at all. There is an air factory constructing antis, but he doesn't have any right now. And now he's maybe has just sandwiched himself. Oh, that was a big bomb there. I think Swkoll is actually doomed. I think he's been way over aggressive, actually. And now he's completely surrounded. No units in support. He's being focused. Bombers coming in, potentially doing friendly fire, but no, they just miss everything, in fact. Swkoll does not have overcharge. Oh, he does have overcharge. Sorry, I'm completely wrong. They both have overcharge. Arch just has way too much HP, though. Unless Swkoll gets a veterancy, which is certainly possible. If he doesn't get it, he's dead. If he does get it, he may still be dead. Oh, he gets it, but he's still on 1600 versus 8000. Nice self-bombing there. And Swkoll, of course, cannot run away into the water because the ACU can follow him indefinitely, being that the water is ankle deep. And Arch wins the series. 4-3. Bit of an upset there. So Arch won the first 2 maps. Swkoll won the next 3 to go ahead, and then, well, Arch just won the last 2 games. The Crazy Rush being the most critical one, as it finished in about 4 minutes. And Swkoll's way too aggressive there. Way too aggressive. Without much reason for it. So well played though. I think that's, well, it's certainly an upset. I think overall Swkoll is a stronger player. But Arch made it work there. So nicely done. Let's watch a random 2 versus 2 here. Not addable. What do you mean addable? This is... I don't think this means what you think it means. Okay, so 2 versus 2 on open palms. I have played a few. I'm not sure how many games on this map in 2 versus 2. Obviously, a huge number in 1 versus 1, but 2 versus 2, maybe 5 or 10 on this map, I'd say. Maybe closer to 5. But it's quite a good map in 2 versus 2 and a bit tricky. Now, some things have been discovered, which I think these guys are for maybe... Now, what is relevant to this map, which I think people didn't recognize before, is that in this slot, you can essentially immediately build up onto this plateau and begin taking the huge number of trees on the plateau here and just take control of the plateau in general, which is nice. But it'll be interesting to see if any of them do that, because that makes this slot a lot more powerful if you make use of that. This Mech Marine has killed a Celine from Arch, I think. Second land, third air for Blood Deer. Overall, Arch and Blood Deer with just better builds at the moment. I mean, you can see Turbo only making Air Factory now after... Whoa, 5 P-Gens second air. It's a lot of P-Gens. He is edge building up onto this plateau essentially immediately, which is nice. What? Why is he making Lobos on repeat already? That's... that is madness. Gotta be said. Okay, Arch and Blood Deer look to be coordinated. Now look, he's just scouting the artillery, of which there are many, and probably is wondering why. Why are there artillery? And Lobos, no less. Bomber comes in, bombs pigeons, does not kill the NG, and gets taken down. And guess what? Regen. So that is a waste of a bomber. Probably he may have just bombed the pigeons in the hope that there was an engineer around the pigeons. And this raid could be quite annoying. I think the back mexes are going to be denied for a while. For the bottom team. Bloodier. In the expansion, obviously you can see where the fights are going to be taking place. I mean, this expansion is, and the mirror is going to be the main thing to fight over. Certainly the middle is potentially contested as well. You can see Turbo taking the trees. Gimme the trees. Arch also taking the trees. Lumberjack Sim 2021. In stores now. Turbo walks away from his enemy. Arch. No, sorry, Bloodier. But they're keeping all of his units together. The back is denied. The bomber gets 1 kill, and overall the top team is just pressing big time. Turbo with a very ambitious number of factories, and yeah, he curbs his ambitions just as I'm saying that. Esperanto being pushed back. And actually Esperanto has gone quickly to Tech 2, in fact. So not a surprise that he gets pushed back in that case. He's got Mongoose. So that should be quite nice for him. Will we see? Yeah, Tech 2 on the way. Just halfway for Arch now. But again, he's going to be Seraphim against Mongoose. That's not the most fun you can have because, well, one of the advantages of your Tech 2 units are supposed to be range, but not against Mongoose it isn't. There's no advantage to be had there. Of course, you will have a lot of HP on your tanks, but no range. No range advantage. Arch now falls back. Esperanto still with lower HP. On the left hand side it is a back and forth. Bloodier lost his expansion. Will now retreat to rebuild it with the ACU, which is not ideal. You don't really want to... For one, he's giving up space. Turbo's going to walk into that space and potentially... Well, I would expect him to use his ACU to grab many of these wreckages. He's actually got 4 engineers moving in to reclaim them. In fact, he's going to try and get a PD up. So, even more ambitious. He's going to go for the reclaim and get a PD. Meanwhile, though, big problem is that the back expansion is denied for the bottom team, and there's still 3 tanks back there that they've not dealt with. They have to send just 1 bomber back there. Will clean that up for them. Bit of a raid here. Dead. And looks like Arch is maybe not done as well as he could have with the reclaim. Turbo doing a better job for sure. Tech 2 land. Gun coming for Arch. I don't really see that many pigeons for him. And the gun is paused now. Is he going to beg for resources from Bloodier? No, he is simply going to wait for Bloodier to finish his gun and then beg for resources. Meanwhile, Bloodier, under severe pressure, is getting completely pushed back. These 7 Medusa proving themselves to be useless as they get overrun by tanks. Gun finishes. Turbo. Making the gun quite far forward. In front of his PD, in fact. Amazing. But he will not be punished. Esperanto pings the back expansion. I mean, clean it up, my dude. He doesn't have an air factory. I guess, well, yeah, Turbo is the one with the air factory, so would have been nice if he had just sent a single bomber back there. Mongoose give me Robocop vibes. I can see that. So, gun for Turbo, gun for Bloodier. More HP for Bloodier, that's for sure. But Tech 2 land for Turbo is invested in a shield, which seems like quite the solid investment. Tech 2 PGen is going to be amazing for the bottom team. I mean, I feel like Esperanto should have made that investment, seeing as he just had Tech 2 a long ass time ago. He could maybe crowdfund his Tech 2 PGen, that would help greatly. But now Turbo has Tech 2 PGen, so the fact that they both, that there is a Tech 2 PGen on their team is very valuable. It's going to be a draw though between Esperanto. He gets under his shield, and the other shield recharges at a beautiful time. Still many Mongoose alive. Oh my god, Esperanto lives. Arch control Cade outside of range of Esperanto and kills his whole army. Leaves Esperanto alive and does not kill the entire army of Esperanto either. So a huge mistake from Arch there. Holy shit, that was a huge mistake. And to be down an ACU on this map is massive. What can possibly stop this commander? Only PDs. Oh wow, Tech 2 Air, okay. He's got to make PDs on this side of the map to fend off the commander. Esperanto should just march forward now. He could potentially make Nano, but it may not be worth the time. He may simply just, probably prefers to just walk forward. And I mean, he's got HP. If he makes Nano, he will delay his PGen. So yeah, just go forward. Should perhaps beg for some power. A little bit of begging. Go for it. No, he refuses to beg. Too much pride. Gotta be careful though. I mean, if he marches into chickens without overcharge, it's not gonna have a good time. PGen up, but still not very much overflow. So he can't overcharge that often, but the Mongoose are gonna do nicely for him. Gunship's being built by Bloodier at quite the rate. He's got a lot of engineers on this. He's gonna aim for a snipe here, and it looks like Turbo is in big trouble. He's trying to spam up some PDs in time, but I mean, it seems far too late for that. The problem for Bloodier is going to be that if he kills Turbo now, he will lose all of his units. Actually, now that I look at it, they're all freaking Medusa, and he actually wasted air units there. Oh, why? Waste of air units there by Bloodier, but still, very good to take out an ACU. Still, one of the Tech 2 PDs went up, and more will be built, so Esperanto should basically be able to hold this off. And Esperanto on the other side, there's no PDs built. Some Tech 1's going to be up, but I mean, that's not that scary for Esperanto to deal with. He's got shields, he's got Mongoose, he's got Lobos, he's got the gun. So Tech 1 PD's not really much of an obstacle to him. Air, however, is a threat, but he has 2 flags with him. Again, shields, protected by shields, which is critical. He is losing air by the looks of it, although the micro is absolutely appalling. No, he actually wins air there. He actually wins that air fight somehow. Fair enough. Probably shouldn't have happened. So the total mass number is not really relevant because Bladir obviously has had 2 bases for much longer. In terms of map control, quite even. But armies, 3,700 versus 7,700. Much larger armies for Esperanto. And this base looks under severe threat, but he refuses to send the ACU forward, which is slightly questionable. Looks like very bad fights here for Bladir. And he desperately needed Tech 2 PDs. Tech 1 PDs not going to be sufficient. The HQ is dead. Many of the factories are dead. That was probably a support factory. Yeah, it was. It was. And he's going to lose this Seraphim HQ as well. So that should be game. Honestly. Too much damage sustained on the right hand side. His ACU is arriving far too late. And Esperanto is full HP and retreating with 16,800 health. He is looking very safe. TMD, he is told to build. Gunships coming in, but guess what? A shield and 5 flaks. 2 shields, in fact. Not much to be done there. Now, there is plenty of things that could be done with all these gunships. Turbo pinging here. Pinging for flaks, and they're immediately built. That was the place I was looking. I mean, this could be cleaned up because the flak is not next to the shield. Could quickly kill the flak and all that stuff. Could have attacked here with gunships, but now there's flak. Could kill the back. Could kill the side. There's not really much going on there. So, yeah, the gunships, they do elect to take out this army. A little bit unfortunate that the flak was not under the shield, but that's what happens if you're not paying attention and you're not moving carefully. PDs will go down, but the mechs, as long as the factory survives, this is fine, and that's going to be a nice chunk of reclaim. And it's time. The gunships have to do all the work in the world here. And actually, Esperanto can always think about coming after the ACU. The problem is just that if he moves in, he needs to make sure that the flaks don't get overcharged or anything. But he has a more powerful commander. He's got more HP. He has slightly less regen, however. But he has to be careful because he knows there's gunships on the prowl. Bladir going to Tech 3 land now. His eco, he's only got 2 Tech 2 mexes. Esperanto with 5. And with more map control, as he has this expansion, and he's also taking control of this expansion here. I feel like some PDs going forward would be good. Turbo trying to talk to Bladir as he's playing. Let's put him off. Turbo giving out to Bladir for using auto OC. Excellent. Good job, Turbo. And bit of a fight going on here. Kind of, yeah, the Cybern army seems a little bit, well, actually he's only got 5 rhinos now. He needs to retreat, needs to kite away. He's not kiting, so he's actually going to get destroyed here. That's going to be devastating. And Bladir losing on both sides of the map at this point. Tech 3 land 60%. He's paused Tech 3 land here to get another PGen up. So they're both going to reach, well, actually Esperanto's going to reach Tech 3 land first, which is quite painful for Bladir because he's been making that investment for longer and really needs some kind of advantage. Tech 3 land earlier would have been nice to get some bricks out, get some good fights against the Percy, or not, the pillars, but that's not going to happen now because, yeah, we're going to have Titans. across the field for a while. He may not even need to switch to Percy's in this game. Being very forward with the ACU, but it's working perfectly. I think at this point he can walk into the base with the commander and not really be in much danger. Of course, there's always danger of losing flags. What is the facepalm? Runs all of the units into the base. And that's probably end of the game. Keeps the flags behind and also a few units. He runs in, actually, he actually only runs in the Tech 1 and Tech 2, which is pretty smart. I like that, actually. Keeps the better units alive and keeps the flags alive as well, of course. And kills the entire base anyway. Not a bad way to end the game. Gunships throw themselves against the flags and it's GG's all around. Arch with the small brain move of Control King without killing his enemy, leading to a pretty terrible situation for Bloodear, which he could not recover. Would have been extremely impressive if he had, but wasn't. It was never likely to happen. And that's it. GG. Nice. Not a bad game. Not a bad game. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. So, pretty freaking tired. What was that? Just over 2 hours. That'll do. So, on Saturday will be the League, October League tournament. I will be playing in that, so check it out. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well, by the way. But definitely on Saturday I'll be playing. I'm not sure if anyone will be casting on FAF Live, hopefully. But yeah, that should be good. So, see you next time, guys. Have a good one. And hit like.